Hi guys, this is Sarah and welcome to this Simply Dreaming project. I am so excited that we can finally get started together. I've put together this little video to give you a quick overview of what you're going to find. So first of all, you'll need to go to machineembroideredapplique.com and click on the login button up here in the top right hand corner. Then you're going to enter your email and your password. If you haven't set up a password yet, then you can go straight to the forgot password link down here, follow the instructions and set a password up for yourself, and then you'll end up back here. So put your email, your password, and sign in. Then you'll find yourself in the library. So you're going to scroll down until you see the Simply Dreaming collection. Click on that and you will arrive here. So you'll see an introduction and welcome, and hopefully you've already been in and had a look around there. So if you were to click on the welcome, there's a little introduction there telling you about the blocks, about the size of the quilts. If you haven't yet joined the Simply Dreaming Facebook group and you would like to, you can do that by clicking this link here. It's not necessary. I know there are a few people out there who just don't like doing Facebook, so no worries about that. But if you do like to be on Facebook, then come and join the group here if you haven't done so already. If you have a question, go to the Facebook group to ask it. If you'd like to share your progress, and I hope that everybody will do, then go to the Facebook group to share that. If you're not on Facebook, you can simply send me an email. So having done the introduction or the welcome, then you can click on the next button here, and that takes you to the copyright statement, which is pretty standard, and it applies to all 12 months of the Simply Dreaming program. So you're not going to see that every month. Basically, if you want to, you can make stuff that is for sale in local venues only. And if you could put a label on it that specifies embroidery designs from Simply Dreaming by Meaning of Life Designs by Sarah Vedler. Next, we come to the fabric requirements. There have been a lot of questions about the fabric and the fabric requirements. These are a couple of pictures of the fabrics that I chose and the threads that I chose to go with them. I've listed all of the color numbers for the threads. There is a link here if you would like to purchase a kit. Webfabrics.net has put a kit together, so click there to view those kits. And if you want to choose your own colors, that is just perfect. I highly recommend that you click on this button here, watch the video. I've put together some suggestions on how to choose your own fabrics and answer a few of the questions that have been asked so far. Then if you click on next here, we are into Simply Dreaming month 1, and there is a short welcome here. There are all of the kind of files that you would expect with a design collection. So if you have a Dropbox account and you want to download everything in one go, you can click here and do that. Otherwise, if you follow the instructions below, every time you come to a section that has a download box, and it will be over here on the right hand side of the screen, you can just download the files individually, and that might be easier for some people. I'll actually show you how to go about doing that once we get to a section that's got some files. In the meantime, let's click on the next there. I put together a little video talking about the different supplies that I've used, and there is also a download here. So let me show you how you would go about doing that download so that you can look at the document. Actually, it's a PDF document, so all you need to do really is click on it, and assuming that your web browser and your web connection are actually good. Oh, it's popped up down here. So it's actually gone into the downloads folder, and I can also just click on it down there and it will open up in the browser. So everything that you need, my recommended supplies, you can print this out, you can check off the items that you already have on hand so that if you need to go shopping, you will have a nice list there. And if you want to watch the video, I've explained some of the items on that list. Click on Next. Now we're into the design. So this, you're definitely going to want to download something. So if you don't know which format your embroidery machine uses, then you want a handy little checklist down here. Note down here, you are going to download a .zip file, and you need to extract the designs before you'll be able to use them in your embroidery machine. So let me show you how to do that. I have a Bernina, and over here the Bernina uses the EXP files, and I've also got the Brother Dream Machine, and that uses the PES files. So let's do the PES files. So I'm going to click on the link for the PES.zip, and it's going to show up down here. And that, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Windows Explorer, and I'm going to go into the Downloads folder, and you'll see here that I've got the PES zip file, and I've also got here the Simply Dreaming supplies that I just downloaded, and a couple of pictures that I forgot were there. So for the zip file, you are going to right click, and then you're going to choose Extract All, and it's going to ask you where you want to extract those files to. So if you leave it at the default, it's literally going to extract them right into that downloads folder. If you want to put them somewhere else, then you can click on Browse, and you can you can specify your own directory. So if you have a Dropbox, you might want to pop them in there. You could also plug your USB stick in right now and download them directly to USB stick so that you'll be ready in your machine. So once you've decided where you want to put them, then you can click on Extract. Now I already have them extracted, so I'm going to cancel that. So now you've got your designs downloaded. You can click on Next here, and now we're into the cutting section. There are 3 different ways for you to cut your applique shapes. You can either use the print and trace, you can use the SVG files with your favorite electronic cutting machine, or you can use the Bernina Cutwork tool. And for cutting all of the fabric for month 1, that's going to be the background fabric and all of the applique shapes, you are going to use these 2 documents here. Now, all of the documents referenced in here are right here in the download section. So we've got the 5i month 1 cutting.pdf, the 7i month 1 cutting.pdf. So you, depending on which size of the quilt you're going to be making, you're going to download one of those. Month 1 cutwork, both sizes are in there. Month 1 SVG, again, both sizes are in there. And if you're going to use the printable templates, then you're going to want to do this. So the PDF files, click on the link and it will download into your downloads folder. Similarly, these will the zip files will download into your downloads folder, but for the zip files, you're going to want to extract all before you can actually use the designs. Let's go to the next one. That's the design worksheets. So if you like to know what's coming up in terms of what threads you might want to choose, then you can come here and download the design worksheets. Next up, we have the month 1 instructions. So preparing SVG files using the Brother Scan and Cut. If you have trouble with that, or you're learning how to do that for the first time, then I have a video here that will guide you step by step through everything that you need to do. Highly recommend, if you are a PC user, that you go to Canvas Workspace, and you can click the link right here and download the Canvas Workspace app. If you're using a Mac, then you basically are limited to using the Canvas Workspace web browser. But I did discover that it doesn't allow you to resize imported SVG files, and that is a big problem. So to get around that problem, I actually created the FCM files that you need to get the SVG files into the Scan and Cut. I created them, and you can find those here. So even if you have a PC, you can also use those. Kind of takes a step out for you, so download those. Next up, having prepared your SVG files, how are you going to actually use those in the Scan and Cut to cut your applique shapes? So there's a video there for you. Next up, how to use the Silhouette Cameo to cut your applique shapes. And this video includes what you need to do in the Studio software and actually using the Cameo. Next up is using the printable templates. So a little bit of instructions here, and also how you can use your embroidery machine to trace the templates. A couple of different options for doing that. So if you're going to be using the printable templates, then check this section out. Next up, we have how to use the Bernina Cutwork tool to cut your applique shape. So we've got some step-by-step directions on how to do that right there. Next up, we have how to stitch a block, and there is a video right here, so you can click on this big green button here to watch the video, and you can also click on the link here to download the written instructions. Last but definitely not least, we have the video and also the downloadable written instructions on how to trim a block. That's it. I am so looking forward to seeing what you guys create. If you're in the Facebook group, be sure to post a photograph of the first block that you stitch out, and you're going to be stitching 4 blocks out in month 1. So to post the first block that you stitch out, and once you've stitched all 4 blocks out, how you put them together. If you're not in the Facebook group, please feel free to send me an email with your photographs in. Can't wait to see what you'll create and have so much fun.